Hi everybody, looks like we got a little ranch started. I'm looking up the hill because the guy I'm buying this from kept telling me that he was gonna do a little road up here, but I needed to drive my truck in here, so I already kind of made a way through that. That's right about there. It's a trail. But then he made two different ways on this road in here through by using a backhoe. And they got everything all kind of leveled out. But yeah, I'm able to park in here now. Finally. Look how different it is. This is way further down. It's going to be from that level all the way over. I've had some help come in here. Put back in the orange trees. And this is an apple tree. And that's a mandarin tree that I used to have up here. I moved them away temporarily. They're getting so much riper now. They got sun. Back at the house, there was no sun in the backyard. If we come in close, we can see something a little frightening. This is what grasshoppers do if you don't use insecticide. I think this thing would be dead by now if I hadn't used insecticide. Those little grasshoppers. Here's a dead one right here. Can't believe these things can eat a tree so fast. They're just decimating it. But it should be fine now. I put in some mulch. It's basically just from this tree right here to help retain moisture. Put in a semi-tire. You think you're strong until you try to put a semi-truck tire into your truck, and everyone's looking at you like, why don't you just put it in there? It's like, I got it in there, but just barely. I wanted to have this wall go completely over to about there and build this all up with tierra negra, which is just fertile soil. Put some trees in here. Get some kind of irrigation system going. Sort of have a temporary fence put up here because it just seems way too open. Animals just come through here no matter what I do. This is holding back the dirt these tires. Actually, there's a lot of roots here, so I had to notch the roots out for these. More solid than they look. They are screwed together with screws. Look at this fencing that I used to have at the house. It was to protect my plants when they were there, because little kitty cats would like to go and scratch the dirt away from my soil and use the bathroom. But we got all this. I'm not quite sure what I want to do there, but I think I'll just let it form organically. I'm not really into buying a lot of expensive fancy stuff. A lot of things around here were free. Like, I got wine bottles that I was going to break up and use for waterproofing cement. These tires here were free. This wood grew here, and so did the pieces of rock, which are tepatate, which is like brick-like substance. This is the wood from the tree. I had to cut part of it down for these trees. I'm using it here. Probably be temporary because this wood, does not last that long. It rots pretty quickly. It's very soft. But I wanted to put in another post right here. The dirt is only about yay high. So what happens is you get into the kind of a what would you call it, limestone, which is soft, and then right underneath it is this very hard rock, which I bust up with a pick, and that's how you do a post hole. And it's really solid because you're not putting those just in dirt. So it's not just for the rich to be able to buy property and build a house. Sure, I'm going to have to buy concrete and rebar, but it's limited how much you have to spend. You don't have to be wealthy to buy a lot of this materials. And actually the limestone, I can actually use. I've been saving it because you can cook out the hydrogen molecules and make it into a type of cement paste. Might use that for the rocks down below, which have gotten a lot higher. Way higher. Like when I'm digging up in here, I find all kinds of rocks. All kinds of those quartz rocks like we got over here. Right here is more or less lime stone. I've tested it with just ordinary vinegar. It bubbles up really good. Kind of amazing it's turning into a real garden already. You can really start to feel it. Yeah, it's gonna be impossible for me to cut down all these native plants. They're just too beautiful. I think with this area in there, at least, I'm gonna keep things really native because it's just people are buying up property around here, and I'm afraid in the future there's not going to be much left. This is going to be where the bathroom area is. All this wall of stones here is what came out from here. And where I parked the truck also was built up from that. I looked at an old video, and I can't believe, you know, what it looked like before. It was way down in there. This is all more important than it looks. Me and my wife are sick with the cold right now. I don't know what to say. The cold, right? It's really a pain. But what do they do when we were kids? You know, you'd be lucky if your parents would let you stay home. You had to go to school anyway. Now, the world ends for a cold, and people get their stores shut down. What would we do if things continued on this trajectory? You know, you got to get like papers to go and buy things at the store. You either have to be completely part of their system, or you have to be completely detached from it. More and more people are moving out into nature, being more self-sufficient. There's a lot of those cacti up here. Pull it out right there. Some nopales, they're edible. Now would be a very good time for anybody to practice their farm skills and raising animals, how be it little or great, because we make mistakes and things die. We think the soil's good and it's not. We've got to hone our skills now because, you know, if you want to resist, you know, taking some kind of vaccine or something, you're not going to probably be able to shop. You're not going to be able to buy your food the way you usually do. Got to grow your own stuff. That's all there is to it. And I can see the learning curve has to be really sharp. At least growing out here, things make sense. People around here are pretty nice. Haven't had any problems. Actually, living way out here, all the way in Mexico, has been pretty good to me. So, thank you, everybody. Please stay strong and don't forget who you are. Do good to each other.